Yo, what is going on YouTube? It is Dylan. We are back with another Madden video. Today what I got for y'all is going over the best tight ends in Madden 22 Ultimate Team. Before we do go on ahead, re-rank the old cards and rank the new cards. If you are new to the channel, make sure to go ahead, leave a like on this video, and also subscribe if you are new. I drop almost daily Madden content on the channel. My end of year goal for Madden 22 is hit 10k subscribers. Could not do it without y'all, so I greatly appreciate that. Now today we're going to get it started with basically dropping a lot of cards to the point where we are now looking like this. In the S tier, we have Jermichael Finley and Kyle Pitts still in there. We dropped Evan Engram down a tier, and the A tier got a little bit smaller. Basically separated the previous A tier and the B tier a little bit. I could see Vernon Davis going into the A tier. Now these guys in the A tier are kind of really balanced. Besides Evan Engram, he's really fast, but pretty much everyone in this tier has pretty good speed and also some good run block. B tier was kind of lacking on one of them in my opinion, and then C tier is just kind of like an okay card. They aren't bad at all though, they're definitely usable. D tier is probably just not really too usable, maybe on a theme team, and then F tier I would just avoid. Now the first card we have right here is going to go ahead be the new legend Frank Wycheck. Frank Wycheck is a hard card to rank, so he has 89 speed wise. He's probably like C or B, right? Like he's on that level, but he has a 95 run block. That's really the big thing on him, right? He is the best run blocking tight end in the game. Now, where does that rank him? I don't think I'm going to put him S tier. Like, I think he's really good and has his role, but I feel like he's just a little bit too slow. So I'm going to put him into the A tier because again, he's basically an offensive tackle now at this point, right? He also only hits 90 for short route running, which you would want him to hit 90 medium. He only hits 89 powered up, which does kind of suck. Deep route running for a tight end isn't really too concerning in my opinion. Like, it's still pretty good, 88, but doesn't hit 90s, but he's the best run blocking tight end in the game. Honestly, I think he's closer to B tier than he is S tier in my opinion. Now next up right here, we got Billy Joe Dupree, new campus hero. I like this card. So he's going to be 92 speed, good run block as well. Going to have 85. Going to be 6'4", 225. So I don't want to say small, but it's not that bad. It's not terrible size at all. And powered up will hit 90 for every single route running, which is really good. I don't quite think he's S tier, but I think he's like towards the top end of A tier. Definitely one of the better cards in A tier. I'm gonna move Gronk to the back, and Ingram's also going like top end to A as well. So this is what I'm thinking it's looking like in the A tier. Billy Joe Dupree though, definitely really good. Cowboys got a huge boost with the two tight ends we're about to cover. I really like this Eric Ebron card on a theme team. Stocking stuffer right here, 91 speed on him, gonna be 6'4", like 250, so good size, good speed. Downside on him is he doesn't hit 90 for a single route running, only gonna hit 80s, so slightly lower on the route running. I think he's B tier. He's okay. Route running wise, he's like C, but speed makes up for it a little bit. So I think he's B tier. I think he's a pretty solid tight end, definitely usable. Has okay run block too. He has 75, which isn't terrible. You know, when other tight ends are hitting like 95 run block now, it seems a little bit low, but I still think that's pretty decent for a fast tight end. Now next up right here, we have Vernon Davis, who no question, undoubtedly S tier. Probably the best tight end in the game right now. Maybe. I could see Pitts above him. I could see it, but it's really because he's the best receiver at tight end in the game, right? So powered up gonna be 95 speed, on a theme team gonna be 97, and when Zero Chill was out, I'm pretty sure the Zero Chill strat card boosts him, so potentially if you ran a theme team with this card, he would be 98 speed at tight end. Vernon Davis, really fast, hits 90s for every single route running, also pretty good size, 6'3", 244, not really bad. You could play this card at receiver if you wanted to, and again, like do stuff where you audible down and stuff like that. He's a great card. He is a great card. Decent run block again near those like 78 rating powered up. Also hits 90 spin. Basically a perfect tight end right now if you want to just pass the ball. He's such a great receiver. It's hard to find like any faults in this card, to be honest with you. Now next up right here, we have Tyreek Hill at tight end. This is one of my personal favorite cards. If you run a budget team, there is no reason not to have this card. I'm going to be honest with you. He's going to be 94 speed at tight end. Going to hit 90 short and 90 deep route running. Cannot hit 90 medium, but like I said, he's just so versatile. If you've watched any of the videos recently on the channel where I talk about this card, I love him. So you could play this card at receiver, and you're not wrong. Like, you could, again, do what I kind of said with Vernon Davis. Find a scheme where you sub a tight end in at wide receiver, and you can audible down to like single back sets, especially first like heavy blitz packages like $2, $3, $6 stuff like that. You can weak box them, run the ball on them, and it gets pretty toxic. He can also get deep out elite for 1 AP on this card. There's really just 2 weaknesses on this card. One's going to be run blocking. I don't think you're going to play Tyreek Hill at tight end and expect a monstrous run blocker, right? I would hope not. Also, his height is a little bit of a weakness as well, or you could just say size in general. One, in the run game, again, because it's a Tyreek Hill card at tight end, right? Secondly, you would want every single person that's catching the ball on your team to be above that 6'2" height. If you missed watching my receiver video, pretty much there's this, I don't want to say new threshold, but there's this thing in the game where if you're not 6'2" and above, you're less likely to go ahead and get those sideline toe tap animations. So maybe if you're running like a Raiders theme team or something like that, and you notice Cliff Branch always goes ahead and jumps out of bounce instead of dragging his toes, it's because he's not 6'2". So that's a little bit of an issue. Tight end, I wouldn't say it's too bad, because I feel like when I personally throw to my tight end, it's not like right directly on the sideline, right? Like, I never have my tight end on like a really deep crosser, like where he'd have to go ahead and drag his toes in. So I think he's fine. You might not have to worry about it too much at tight end, but again, just want y'all to be aware of that. So yeah, I think he's, again, the best budget tight end in the game. Now, next up right here, we have Taysom Hill. I think Taysom Hill is going to be on that S tier level. He's going to be 94 speed. Again, hit every single route running threshold, 90 for each. This time he is going to be 6'2", so he has good height. Don't have to really worry about those sideline toe taps. 95 truck, 90 plus spin move, 90 plus juke, all very, very good. And he has 87 run block. I would slightly, I don't want to say be like scared to run the ball with him, right? But he is a little bit of a smaller tight end, especially when you compare him to someone like wycheck or like Gronk, right? And I do think size does play a factor in the run game, but he has a high run block rating, so he should be fine in that department as well. Overall, he's like really, really balanced. Now, next up right here, we have, again, one of my favorite cards in the game, gonna be JJ Watt this time at tight end. Now, as much as I do want to go ahead and put this card into the B tier, either C or B, like he's top in the C, honestly, I'd take him over every single person in C. He's going to go top in the C. And the reason being is just he's a little bit slower. He's only going to be 89 speed, but he is a great run blocker. He's going to have 91 run block and hit 80s for every single route running. Again, he has the good size. I think he's a good card. I think he's a fun card, and I could see why you use him, especially if I'm running a Texans or Cardinals theme team. This right here is my tight end. I'm not using anyone else. Like, I would rather have this card than Zach Ertz. I'd rather have this card than, say, like Darren Fells. Again, all people that could be on the theme team. So I really like the card. Great run block. He's a good tight end. Next up right here, we have Eric Tomlinson. Only reason you would run this card is theme team, and he wouldn't be your starting tight end in my opinion. He would be your backup, and he's a great run blocker. Literally 91 run block is the good rating on this card. He has 82 speed, which is borderline unusable. So for that reason, I'm going to put him in the D tier. He's a lot worse than JJ Watt. He is so much worse than JJ Watt. But again, 91 run block saves him from the F tier because he at least has something good about him, something usable. Again, he wouldn't be a starting tight end for me, but I would go ahead, have him as backup. He's fine as backup. As a fullback as well, he could be pretty decent, but overall, just like a second string tight end when you go to like heavy sets to help the run block a little bit. That's the only way he's really usable in my opinion. Cameron Bray right here, gonna be 85 speed, hit 80s for short and medium route running. I'm gonna put him in the F tier. Don't really think he's too good. He's just not really gonna spend a lot of time on it. He's just not really that good. Again, there's not really any reason I would run him, say, like over Noah Fant. Now, next up right here, we have a card that I think is a little bit tough to rank, but Robert Woods, he is for sure going top end of A tier, or he's in the S tier. I think I'm gonna put him in the S tier. There's only like one weakness on the card, and we'll get into that, but he's gonna be 94 speed, hit 90s for every single route running, so he's a perfect receiver for the most part. Has low 80s for run block, and also has low 80s for pass block as well, so he's a good pass blocker and a good run blocker. The only thing that worries me about this card is the fact that he is 6 foot. And not over 200 pounds as well, I should say that. So that might affect him in the run game a little bit. He's a perfect receiving threat at tight end, but blocking wise, worry about him a little bit, but I just think he's so good in the receiving game. It's hard not to put him S tier. I mean, Robert Woods at tight end last year, golden ticket, was an absolute beast, and I think this card will play pretty similar. And for the last card of the day right here, we got Dalton Schultz, who I'm gonna go ahead and put him right by JJ Watt because they are like really similar. Honestly, this card, I'm gonna move JJ Watt up a tier. I'm gonna move him up a tier. I don't care. This card is way better than Dalton Schultz. He's gonna be 6'5", 244. Good size, 89 speed on him. Hit 80s for short and medium, does not hit it for deep. And he's a worse run blocker than JJ Watt. He only has like 86 run block. So really, when you're comparing the two cards, JJ Watt is way better. So that's why I have Dalton Schultz in this tier and JJ Watt up a tier. That has pretty much been my updated best tight end tier list in Madden 22 Ultimate Team. Let me know down in the comments, who do you think should go up? Who do you think should go down? If you did say that and you enjoyed the video though, make sure to smash that like button and also subscribe if you are new. I appreciate y'all clicking on to the video. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day. But other than that, man, has been your boy Dill. I'm out. Peace.